the question that you had was as to the Arkhom geometry of the Gaia matrix, and to speak of that, and it was a real early geometric that I developed earlier conversations. I mentioned that we came across an equilateral triangle, and that equilateral triangle then has an equal and opposite triangle, and expanding and doubling. I came to understand that this was actually a core matrix of North America. And when I first discovered it, I didn't realize that it was in fact the center of North America, the center of this yin-yang balanced form. I was simply just evolving this study, and one thing led to another, and I found that as it evolved and integrated and expanded, it brought into more and more context all these cultural features in the land. There's this one ring that I've been trying for years to create a millennial project out of, these 12 stones. I wanted to place these megalithic rocks at these 12 stones, and like Boston, Providence, and such places in a circle around the center point, which is Shelburne Falls, Massachusetts. As I spoke of this geometry and the lay patterns within it, every time I was asked to look at another site, another person would come to me, well, what about my home? What about this place? What about that mountain? There was more integration and synthesis that worked with this central matrix. So I started to call, initially I called it Arkhom. It was our ark, it was our home, it was a spiritual place, because it wasn't real, but it was real. It's like a ship in which that is carrying this culture into the future, and the ship integrates all these geologic and cultural features of North America in this very elegant way. So, in retrospect, I see that this is really a supporting matrix for the existing culture. And when I was trying to put these stones into place, what I would have, if I succeeded in putting these stones into place, it would have locked the present culture into being in this landscape. Now, the present culture we experience in North America has more to do with feudalism of the 13th century than it has to do with the 21st century. So I can see the error in my ways in wanting to lock that into place and honor that circular form. So I in the process of this, step by step, it expanded outwards, and we were asked to come speak about these. And every time we went to speak at a certain area, like for instance we went to Lake Itasca, no, actually it started previous to that. A friend came to visit from New Orleans, and she asked us to, well, have a look at New Orleans. Well, I said, well, I can't look at New Orleans without looking at the headwaters of the Mississippi River and Lake Itasca. And no sooner that I do that, then the phone rang, and these folks called me up asking me to come out to Lake Itasca to speak at a conference on star knowledge out there. And from that piece, I came to this fan that was integrated the whole Mississippi River Valley. It showed how these other kind of secondary matrices around North America integrated into this fan, and then went back and forth. So you can see all this material, all its evolution on my website, www.geometryofplace.com. And in there, in the articles page, you'll see a lot of this evolving studies as they took place over the past 13 years.